Hi guys. Okay, it is, I believe, episode 5, maybe episode 6, I don't know. All I know is it's Saturday. Thursday was the MCAL when it was just released, and today is Saturday morning. And let me just say, my vlogs are always going to be slower to come out than anybody else, because, you know, things, life. Also, remember when I said that I didn't mind being spoiled? I never have, because I don't like surprises, and, you know, I don't mind seeing the pattern when it comes out, because I'm usually terrified of knitting it, so I have to see it before I start. Yeah, I remember saying that just like the day before yesterday. Or Thursday, actually. Okay. Something has happened up in here that has been like, all right. I am going to not watch Clue 1 video all the way through, and I'm going to allow myself to be gently surprised, right? That was the whole that was a fly. Tried to get in my eye. My reading glasses are on, so little fucker. Okay. I'm kind of shaky because I need to eat. Probably. No, that's not why. I'm shaky because I'm nervous. I'm nervous about this, and I'm nervous about the MCAL and my hair. Like, it's wet, okay? It's still damp. I dried it as much as I could. What I forgot to do, which is making it more difficult for it to dry, was I forgot to scrunch with my super special, like, microfiber towel. To scrunch, and I didn't do that this time because I kind of styled it a little bit differently. And now it's going to take half the day to dry, to fully dry. My hair is neither curly nor straight. It's also unwilling to be wavy unless I put product in it. So some decide to go boop all the way, and others just are straight. I follow a girl called Mains, that calls herself on her YouTube Mains by Mel. Mains as in mane of hair. And her name, I believe, is Melissa, I think. And so she just shortens it to Mel. So Mains by Mel. She calls herself a curly hair specialist, which I 100% believe. She's a hairstylist. I don't know where she lives. It might be Canada. It seems to me that all the people from Canada just intrigue me so much. But yeah, she might be from up there, and she's the one that I learned to style my hair by. I've always known that I have kind of like a wave to my hair, and so I've always done the scrunch thing with gel or whatever I can get a hold of, mousse. But that wasn't a routine or a proper curly hair routine that I ever did, because I didn't even know that that was a thing, really, except for like my 80s perm, what to do with your new perm hair. That was what happened a long time ago when I was a kid. But yeah, so recently, you know, I've been doing all kinds of things to my hair. I'm older, my hair is graying in spots. Yes, my roots are done completely wrong. I'll get to that later. But yeah, it's getting in gray, like really gray in certain areas, and it's dry. My hair doesn't want to grow anymore. This is as long as it's been for a long time, and and I did cut it recently a little bit. So look at that. It's actually almost down to my clavicle. Where's my clavicle? Can I even feel it? Anyway, but yeah, it's like, I've gotten older, and whatever issues I'm going through, you know, there is a moth trying to get into my house, and I almost ran. Oh, yeah, it's outside. Why? It's stuck between the... I honestly cannot tell if it's in my house or not. Okay, as long as it stays over there and doesn't fly in my ear, that would be fantastic. It's not funny. They used to always, I don't know why, it doesn't really happen too much anymore, but there was a time in my life where for a minute, and it was when my ear got tinnitus really bad, and for some reason moths kept flying into my ear. Buddy. Oh no, it's inside. It's confused, it's trying to get outside. What am I gonna do? I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. My husband's usually the one that deals with the moths. I don't like, okay, there was a time, and I know I'm flying off the handle with on another subject at this point, but I am not afraid of insects. I don't like roaches. Definitely, they freaking wig me out. I'm not afraid of insects. I like all insects. I don't have a problem with them. I have a problem with insects that try and bash themselves up against, like, suicide themselves in your ear. Like, and that's what happened to me one year when my tinnitus went bluey, and I was, I guess, hysterical trying to find out what was going on with my ear, and my, like, peace of mind completely disturbed. Like, it was just such a mess. And it's not the regular kind of tinnitus, like the ringing in the ear. It's pulsatile, which I couldn't explain to doctors. It was just a freaking disaster. Anyway, this one particular year that I was trying to figure out what the hell was wrong with my ear, and live my life, we would go out with our friends and drink and be outside, and you know, moths would just attack me, like fly by and just whack-a-da right in my ear, and just get stuck in my hair and flap their little moth freaking wings all in my business. And I've never gotten over that because it happened over and over and over and over again, not on the same night. It was like there was some sort of fucking echolocation in my ear that was just throwing them the hell off, and they were like, oh, this bitch is the moon. Bah. Why? I don't know. But that was that. So, back to the curly hair. I can't believe I even remembered that. So, Mains by Mel is where I learned how to do my hair with actual product. So you use the curl cream, lots of water. First you condition, obviously, really well. And then you use your product, like the curl cream, and you squish everything, including the water, in your hair. You don't really dry it with a towel, which is like a big no-no for anybody with curly or wavy hair. No towels of any kind. Not even the freaking little microfiber towels that you get at CVS. Those are no good. I know because I tried and it did not work out. I was just a ball of frizz. So we have very delicate hair. If you're curly or wavy, you've just got super delicate hair. You can't just use any towel in it. It'll just be a ball of frizz by the end of the night and you'll be all knotted up. So, yeah, I got a microfiber towel that she came out with. And the next thing that I'm going to do is buy her hair products because she finally came out with some hair products. She's doing really, really well. She's gotten really successful. I've watched a ton of her videos and I learned so much. And now my hair actually does like a nice kind of like a curl. I'm much better at it than I used to be. It used to just be like kinky weird all over the place and sticking out in weird places. Now I feel like it's more cohesive. I think I better put this up a little bit because we're going down a little too low. So I feel like it's more cohesive and it actually looks like a style. Today is the very first time that I actually did some twists in it to get it to have more of a wave everywhere instead of just around the nape of my neck and around, because that's where my hair wants to curl, like actually curl, just around my hairline, but nowhere else. Like it will curl a little bit down below, but nowhere else does it want to like actually curl. So I did the twisties just like she showed us how to do it. I'll get better at it. We'll see. I like it. It's a more like normal style. Looks like I styled my hair. So we'll see how it comes out. That was Rebecca. Okay, so we'll see how, okay, that was Rebecca. Anyway, I'll get to that in a second. So we'll see how it comes out. What I have to do next is let it fully dry without touching it. You cannot touch any of that because it's full of, it's going to crisp up. So it's going to get hard. And then I'm going to go over with a nice oil and scrunch the oil in. So I'll just like praying hands the oil all over my hair and scrunch the crunch away. And I'll have nice hair. So I'll show you guys that hairdo probably in the next video because I'm going to do something else later on, but I'm going to chop up this video. So now the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is Rebecca just sent me a text right now that said that she's excited because her daughter is also joining in the MCAL. She's so freaking lucky. I wish I had somebody at home that would join me to do the Stephen West's Mystery Knit Along. It's actually so fun. It's so challenging. So the fact that her daughter went and, you know, is like gonna do it, that's a lot. Her colors are really super interesting. Now, when I talked about the color choices that we had been making all along and I wasn't gonna do a swatch and I was throwing my, you know, just spitball and just go for it, based on colors that I kind of saw on his website, I was like, I think this will be okay. I like it. It's comfortable. It's going to be a little ethereal for me, like super light and just wearable, and sparkly because I got all sparkle yarn. Nobody's using sparkle yarn that I could see. But I just decided to dive into my stash because I still had plenty of that yarn. And plus I like that Feywild thing right now. Like, oh, it's just my everything right now. Fairy tale kind of thing. So yeah. And so the colors that her daughter chose is like this blue as the main color, and I think this like greeny blue as the secondary color, and this like pop of like blood red. That's gonna be perfect because I took the time to actually look at the other colors and I finally got it. I got the pattern. I got the idea behind the main color, the contrast color, and the pop of color. I understand now. It makes perfect sense. So, I mean, I could sit here and get into it for like ever, but we don't have time for that. I have to go dry my hair and plan out the next part of the vlog that I'm gonna do, which is to DM roll my dice to do a random yarn encounter. Okay, I know you have no idea what I'm talking about. You guys, I watched this show called Critical Role. I hope I didn't lose you. Critical Role is a Dungeons and Dragons game. It's a role-playing tabletop role-playing game where you have a dungeon master that's behind a screen, not covering his face, just behind a screen, so all his stuff is right here. And you have, you know, 2 to 6, 7, 8 players sitting in front of you in front of a table, and you are basically just verbalizing a story. And as you're coming out with your story, you have to roll for your encounters that they may have along the way on their adventure. They also would have to say, I want to pick up this staff of lightning and hit this guy over the head. And then the DM will say, okay, you pick up this staff of lightning and you hit him over the head. Roll to see if it's successful. So they will roll a dice and they will give the DM the number. Okay, I rolled a, 2. And the DM will then say, okay, you picked up the staff, you hit the guy over the head. Unfortunately, you missed, and your, staff got stuck on a door jamb, and giving him the opportunity to then just go boop, right in your face. And you take one right on the nose. The DM rolls to see if that's a success. And if it's a success, let's say the DM gets a 20, that's a critical success. Then that means then the dude's going to get punched square in the face, possibly breaking his nose and sending him hurling 10 feet backwards, like on and on and on. So this is what it is to be a dungeon master. Now, my sister and her daughter came over to my house one day, and they were upset. She was upset for reasons, and I was like, hey, do you guys want to play a game? And we had tried doing it before, but it just didn't work out. With like a different type of way of playing, and that was not a good idea because I didn't know what I was doing. But this time, she's like, yeah, okay, let's do it. I said, it's going to be like Dungeons and Dragons. It's, okay, that's fine. So literally, I just threw something out. I made it up as I went along. I had an idea in my head of kind of how I wanted to start. And I did it, and they went with it, and the rest is history. We're like 15 episodes in to our adventures, which can take 3 to 4 hours long. And she and her daughter and her son and her other son, they all got into it and they played with us. They don't play, the boys don't play with us all the time because they're really young. And one of them's always there with his grandparents. He's always at his grandparents' house, so he's not there all the time. But the characters that we created for them, I mean, it's just phenomenal. One of these days, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk about it for reals. But it is absolutely one of my most favorite things to do. Aside from being a yarny, I love being a dungeon master more than anything. And I don't think that was ever something that I would ever want to do, really. I always wanted to play Dungeons and Dragons. I played when I was younger. It was a lot of fun. I didn't know what I was doing, but we ran a campaign, and it was a lot of fun, but we all lost touch with all those people, and my ex-husband really wasn't into playing anymore, so he used to play a lot when he was younger. So I grew up, well into my 40s, almost 50 now, and I am finally playing Dungeons and Dragons like a real girl, and I am the DM, and my sister loves it, and my niece loves it, and I'm probably going to go down this weekend if they're feeling better to continue our adventures. And every week I prepare a scenario, or I read it from a book and I add it to our adventure, and that's what we do. So what I'm going to do with my yarn dyeing, in my next episode, I will show you how I'm going to roll to dye my yarn. If that makes any sense at all to you. What I'm trying to say is I'm going to have a dice, a 20-sided dice, and I'm going to have a set number of colors per dice. I might use different dice. I don't know, it just depends. I don't know how I'm going to do it actually, but I'm going to roll the dice, and the dice are going to basically tell me which colors are going to go into my yarn. And I think I'm going to start with 4 rolls. So I'm going to roll 4 times and choose 4 colors, throw them in the pot, and that's going to be my random yarn encounter. I think it's going to be fun. I hope it is, and I hope that you guys are going to enjoy it. I hope. I don't know. But I'm going to enjoy it. And to be honest, that's really all that matters. Okay, now, to get to some yarny stuff, because I'm talking too long, we're going to go with my version of the spoiler, like an actual spoiler, after this. I'll let you know. This is the knit along. It's Socktober, obviously. So I'm doing a knit along with the Woolen Women Fibers. And this is Andrea's. She is a Woolen Women. PH Dyer, I believe. This is Andrea's yarn. It was a sock set. This was Beetlejuice. I don't know where my Beetlejuice is at. I can't find it. I have a Beetlejuice, but as you can see, these are also Sammy's tiny trinkets. You can find her on Instagram. She's got an Etsy shop. That is a one-of-a-kind pumpkin unicorn. No, it's not a unicorn. It was actually a pumpkin latte, but I swear that was a unicorn, so I called it a unipumpkin. So that's why there's only one. That's why there's only one, because I called it a unipumpkin, and she's like, yeah, I'm not making those. so I bought it from her because I felt really bad that I was like calling it a unipumpkin like an idiot, and she's like asking her husband, like, does it really look like a unicorn pumpkin? And he's like, well, yeah. And so she scrapped it. She scrapped it. She did not bring it out for people. And it's because of me that nobody is going to have one of these beautiful unicorn pumpkin lattes. It's all my fault. You'll never have it. This came out like 2 years ago. Anyway, she also created this little guy. Obviously, you know who that is. Freddy Krueger. It's so funny. It's so funny. This is Andrea's. I just said what it was. And it's the black and white dude Beetlejuice. Yeah. Oh, is that not gorgeous, you guys? Like, look at that. I can even see a little bit pops of orange in there. I didn't know that. I didn't know I had pops of orange. I don't think it's supposed to. Maybe it is supposed to. Of course it's supposed to. Oh, yeah. Kind of orangey. I know, I think it's the camera making it look more orangey than it is. I think it is. But yeah, there's a little bit of orange in there. Like a little bit of burnt orange in there. But it's probably because the way the colors blended together or something. But beautiful. I love it. Yeah, you can see some bits of orange deep in there. The camera makes everything a little bit brighter, but it is definitely this bright. It's just a little tiny bit brighter on the camera. Not blown out or anything. It's beautiful. And yeah, that's as much progress as I've made. Now, here's my conundrum. And I think this is really going to make a difference for me. Now, see there, you have the darkness there and the pink there. And here it's all pink everywhere. But then if you turn them around, this is almost all pink. And that's dark over here and light over here. So, and that's obviously because I'm taking one out of the side and the other one right from the center. I always just do one. I didn't split the balls. So I think I think that's going to mean, because I kind of like, I don't want to see my feet looking like that or like that. That is going to bother me a lot. And lucky for me, it looks like if I just do that. No, what happened? Yeah, if I just twist them, like turn around and put the heel. No, like that. There. So this is going to go like something like that. Like this. Yes. So the dark is on this side and the dark is on that side. And then we'll see what happens. And that'll either be the bottom or this will be the bottom. But that I can handle. Here, let me do it this way, because, oh my goodness. You'd think I was a freaking amateur. But the thing is that really confuses me. That looks so nice like that. I like it. I like that side a lot. So I think that's going to be my top. Or maybe this side. It just depends on how I feel. Because I like it so much. I like them both ways so much. But I really, really, really love all the colorful bits. I love this so much. Like, it's so freaking cute. I like that. I don't mind color pooling. I like it to be in the same, like in a way that makes sense for me when I'm looking down at it, so that it's kind of symmetrical. It doesn't need to be perfectly symmetrical, but it needs to, for me, for the pulling to be kind of like on the same side. So if I have pulling on this side of my sock, I want pulling on that side of my sock, not that side, because I'm never going to be able to look at them. That's a me thing. That's nothing to do with that gorgeous yarn. It's totally me. So, now ready for spoilers? It's not much of a spoiler. Here's the thing. Oh God, this video is so long already. Okay. You know what? I don't care. Here's the thing. Remember when I told you that I didn't mind being spoiled? It doesn't bother me. Okay. Well, I got spoiled right on YouTube. And I stopped watching his video on purpose, like about halfway through, because I was like, okay, now I'm going to get started. This is all I'm going to watch. And I saw him do what he did and knit the second row and start the third row. And I was like, all right. I can do it. I'm not going to watch it all the way. I watched a lot of it, actually, yeah, I watched a lot of it. But I turned it off well before it got to like row 5 or 6. Well, and at one point I got confused which device I was using to view the video, and I picked up my phone instead of my Samsung pad, my notepad. I don't know what you call it. My big notebook. It's not an iPad. It's a Samsung pad. I forgot that I had it because I bought it just for that specific reason, so I could watch the video or read the pattern, and I picked up the wrong device. And I got confused and I hit the MCal link, or so I thought, and it didn't take me, it took me to his video, but it took me to a different page for his video plus the other picture. It was a picture, it wasn't the video. It was a picture of his twist and turns MCal beautiful face, and then I scrolled and spoiled. I saw the shape of the thing and I thought, wow, did I just predict the future like the day before? I didn't. I just happened to be talking about what I was talking about. So, I'm sort of semi-spoiled. I haven't seen anybody else's, and at this point, I don't think it matters, which is why I'm doing this video, and it's taking way too long. So, prepare yourself at this point. This is going to be the last thing that I'm going to show you, and then I'll let you go. Walk away if you don't want to see any of this because you haven't been able to get to it, and I don't have any people. I honestly do not have any people that are this far behind. So, by the way, Rebecca, I just saw her video and she's like, get ready. You know, I'm about 40 something rows in. I was like, excuse me? I'm like 5 rows in. Ready? That's it. That's what I have. It's beautiful! Oh my god! Look at how cute it is! Oh. Okay, not the shape, the colors. You guys are so cute! I love it! Ooh, it's so cute! I love it so much! Oh my god! My dogs are like, no mom, shut up. What is that? Is that paper? Oh my god. Okay, so here's the other thing that's super irritating me is I went out to the store and I bought a bunch of these little metal things. I lost them. I don't know where I put them, so I had to go dig around. And now every stitch marker is different because I was in a hurry. Whatever, I'll deal with it. But there's the demi gherkin in use. Oh, it's so cute. I love it so much. You guys, who is that nerdy about 5 rows? This girl, it is so good. Look, it's so weird. It's so weird. And then, here's what I was going on about. This little bit, that's starting a chevron. And of course, that's the title of the section that we're on, is a chevron section. And I was like, wasn't I just talking about chevrons, like in my video recently? Because I was being annoying. But yeah, so I predicted the future. You should come to me with all your requests for predicting your future. And I will give you your future. I don't know what I was saying. Okay. Adorable. Adorable. I love it so much. It's so freaking cute. Here's my yarn. It's so cute. Pearl of Power. Fairy Farts. Oh my god. I love it so much. I cannot wait to put that golden fleece color in here. Oh, I'm so excited. Who gets that excited? Okay, me. Okay, that's it. I got, I was so excited. I'm just gonna sit down and I'm gonna finish watching Rebecca's video because it's like, she's starting to talk about her 46 rows. So now I'm gonna go like actually spoil myself, and I'm excited to finish watching it. And then I'm also excited to know who the hell is Barbara? Everybody keeps talking about Barbara, not just Rebecca from the Mean Girls, but this other, I can't remember her hair. I can't remember her name right now. Everybody loves her so much. She's got crystal blue eyes. Just recently went gray, like actually undyed her hair or grew her gray out. I can't remember her name. She's always saying, get your drink on. Love her. But I haven't watched any podcasts in a really long time. So it's kind of been nice to catch up on a couple of podcasts. Okay. So that's the end of that. I will see you guys next time for a random yarn encounter and maybe a couple of finished objects that I recently did. I think it's a canvas sweater or something. I don't know. I'll think about it later. Okay. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye! The hell was that? I have ghosts. True story.